Hello, welcome to another session. In this session, I have a talk about chromosomal theory of inheritance. Such chromosomal theory of inheritance, also known as modified version of Mendelian inheritance, or this is the new version of Mendelian inheritance. Such chromosomal theory of inheritance was proposed by two scientists in the year 1902, Walter Sutton and Theodore Boveri. That's why chromosomal theory of inheritance, also known as Sutton-Boveri theory of inheritance or Sutton-Boveri chromosomal theory of inheritance. Why it is known as the new version or the modified version of Mendelian inheritance. So let's look here. Mendel's work was published in the year 1865. After publication of Mendel works, it was unrecognized for several years, about till 1900. There are several reasons for unrecognition of Mendel works, but some of the reasons they may be the Mendel's work could not be widely published. So Mendel's work could not be widely published at that time, and there was no good communication at that time. So this may be the first factor or the reason for the unrecognition of Mendel works. The second reason may be the unable to explain continuous variation. The Mendel's work which was unable to explain the continuous variation which is found in nature. Another reasons may be Mendel's first time used mathematics for the description of biological data. So first time Mendel's used mathematical parameter for the description of biological data. That's why at that time the same contemporary biologist did not accept the Mendel's work. And another reasons may be the factors were discrete. According to Mendel's work, according to Mendel's, the factors, those are responsible for characters, they were discrete units, but they have no physical existence. They have no proof of the physical existence. That's why, because of several reasons, the Mendel's works was unrecognized till 1900. In the year 1900, three scientists, De Vries, Correns, von Treesmark, rediscovered the Mendel works. After rediscovering the Mendel works, which creates a sensation in the mind of scientists at that time. In between 1865 to 1902, in due course of time, there was the advancement in microscopy. Such advancement of microscopy which helped for the scientists to see the structure and movement of nucleus as well as the chromosome, which helps to understand the behavior of chromosome. On the basis of structure and behavior of chromosome, the two scientists in the year 1902, Walter Sutton and Theodore Boveri, proposed chromosomal theory of inheritance. Boveri and Sutton proposed that the behavior of chromosome was parallel to the behavior of genes or behavior of the factors which was proposed by Mendel's. Let's compare the Mendelian inheritance and Sutton-Boveri theory. According to Mendelian inheritance, genes or the factors are present in pair, and according to Sutton and Boveri, chromosomes present in pair, and the factors present on the chromosome, the particular site of the chromosome. In case of diploid organism, two alleles present at the homologous loci of the homologous chromosome pair. Mendelian inheritance tells the law of segregation. So according to law of segregation, at the time of gamete formation, two factors segregate to each other. Two factors segregate to each other. And it was also observed that at the time of meiotic cell division, the chromosome number reduced to half in the gamete cell. So the chromosome number in gamete cell reduced to half. Suppose that these are the gamete which was proposed by Sutton-Boveri. But according to Mendelian inheritance, both the factors if present in the diploid cell, but at the time of gamete formation, these factors separated from each other, segregated from each other, and they separated from each other, which is independently segregates, not depend on the other factor. So independently, one factor segregate from the other factor, there is no dependency, and such same thing was proposed by Sutton-Boveri. Sutton and Boveri used the chromosome word in place of gene, in place of factor, which was used by the Mendels. This is the new version of the Mendelian inheritance. Sutton-Boveri told the same thing which was proposed by the Mendel. Now for Sutton-Boveri theory, which needs experimental verification. Such experimental verification was conducted by Thomas Hunt Morgan, T.H. Morgan. Thomas Hunt Morgan, he conducted experiment on Drosophila melanogaster. This is the fruit fly, Drosophila melanogaster. Now come to the experimental verification of chromosomal theory of inheritance, which was conducted by T.H. Morgan. In case of Drosophila, the genetic makeup is same as human. In case of male, Drosophila, it has autosomes plus one X chromosome, another Y chromosome. In case of female Drosophila, it has autosome plus 2X chromosome. So these are the autosomes and these are the sex chromosome. These are the autosome and these are the sex chromosome. T.H. Morgan also identified normal eye color of Drosophila, which is red color, and this red color which is dominant over mutant form, and this red color which is the wild variety. T.H. Morgan identified another mutant form of eye color, that was white. White-eyed color, it was recessive. It is recessive to red color. This is the mutant eye color. Here T.H. Morgan did the reciprocal crosses in between the both eyed color. First, T.H. Morgan crossed white-eyed male with red-eyed female, having 2X chromosome in association with autosomes, and male having 1X, 1Y chromosome in association with autosomes. This is the parent, this is the gamete. In F1 generation, he got all red-eyed offspring. So this is the F1 generation. This is the female, this is the male, and the female, all offsprings was red-eyed. So all had red-eyed. T.H. Morgan here suggested that this experiment over dominant recessive relationship. But another experiment, he took red-eyed male with white-eyed female, the male having 1X, 1Y, this is XX. This is the parent and this is the gamete here, X and Y. In F1 generation, all female were red-eyed, but all male were white-eyed. So these are the male, all male were white-eyed. He surprised with this result. This is the experiment 1 and this is the experiment 2. In both the experiment, he took the opposite gender. That's why it is known as the reciprocal. Here, white-eyed male, here is the red-eyed male. So this is known as the reciprocal. T.H. Morgan tried to explain it. He explained the female individual having two X chromosome, and male was one X and another Y chromosome. T.H. Morgan linked the eye color with gender, eye color with gender. So the eye color with gender. According to T.H. Morgan, the factors of eye color present on X chromosome. The T.H. Morgan argued that the eye color which is linked with gender, it means the factor of eye color present on the X chromosome. And T.H. Morgan argued that in case of male, there is the one X chromosome, it means which contains the single recessive allelic forms. That's why the eye color was white. But in case of red-eyed male, the one X chromosome which contains the dominant allelic form, that's why the male was red-eyed. In case of female, the eye color here is the white-eyed because there is the two recessive form of eye color, two recessive allelic form of eye color present. That's why here the eye color is white. So now I am writing like this. This is the red, and here there is the Y and there is the small r. Like this, the red-eyed female, it means there is the two dominant allelic form here, and this is the female. That's why all the individuals was red-eyed. In experiment 1. So this experiment which verify the chromosomal theory of inheritance, and this is the experimental evidence of the chromosomal theory of inheritance conducted by T.H. Morgan. Thank you for watching.